have for you now an intimate conversation with industry luminaries. Manu, would you please help me invite the speakers?
In conversation with the president of Hirwal Group, if I can please call upon Kishore Chandrakant Dharia to please come up on stage. He's the president of Hirwal Group. Welcome, sir. A big round of applause. Would also like to take this opportunity and invite R. Virmala to please come up on stage. R. Virmala to join us. A big round of applause for Ms. R. Virmala.
Leading this dialogue, I invite Krishna Pujara on the stage. Our soul sister from London, a shining star.
Good afternoon. Namaskar. It gives me great pleasure to see you all. Thank you. Chum chum. I need the chum chum for my energy boost, yeah? Thank you. Thank you. See, Manu is always amazing. Manu and Mansi, they make sure I get my chum chum. Thank you. We are going to go through a journey, and you'll be meeting these two lovely individuals doing different work, and it's going to be an amazing one. I'll try to see if we can have a little bit of interactive discussion due to limited time. So my first speaker, as Mansi introduced, is the most amazing Kishore Lal Dharia. He is so well that when you go into Google, you get so many options to know what he does. And I want to ensure that we make sure that we learn a lot more about him. Apart from being the president of Hirwal Group, he is wearing a number of hats. So Kishore Lal, namaste and welcome to this session. Nice to meet you. And our second amazing woman who has done so much work with so many different hats, and we will be going into conversation with her. So please, a big round of applause and a chum chum for both of our speakers. Kishore Bhai, tell me a bit more about you before we start.
I'm Kishore Dharia. I'm representing Vanarai Hirwal organization from Maharashtra. First of all, I will say my English is not that fluent, but I know the language. What is on my mind, that will directly go to your heart.
Thank you.
And one more thing, when I last 2 days experiencing this forum, our culture is always respect women. You know, from history and mythology, even our gods, when they are in crisis, they are in trouble, they approach Ma Durga. And always Ma Durga protect whenever there is a need to gods also. And that's why we always worship God first, God is first. And I'm fortunate today that I'm getting blessings of the goddess from all over the world, all over the globe here.
You are a lucky man, Kishore Bhai.
This is the forum by the women and for the women. And this forum is not for my small activist, it is a inspirational seed I'm taking from you, all of you, and it will leads us to do much more things in our life.
Definitely, Kishoreji. It's a forum by women, but we do include 40% of men in the forum. We do not challenge men, we want to walk with them. So we welcome men a lot as well. So please welcome Kishorji with a chum chum. Thank you. So Kishorji, tell us a bit more about the work you have done, because I know you're very well known within India and over the world for your real commitment to the society.
See, our Vandarai Hirwal Foundation was founded by late Padma Vibhushan Dr. Mohan Dharia ji. He always said that when there is a social work, there should be a motto behind that social work, and it should be a mission next generation. What is this mission is? His mission is to protect nature, to preserve nature, and this wealth of nature we should safely pass to our next generation. We are all struggling for what? We are struggling that what we have faced, what we have struggled, that struggle should not come to for our next generation should not face the same struggles and same problems in the life. We want a happy journey of our next generation, and that is the motto. And in today's world, we know that there are the biggest challenge and problem is climate change. And this climate change effect, there is a water scarcity as well as global warming. So how to prevent and how to get over that challenge? I think after coming here, my confidence is there. When the forum like this, like our women forum, this World Women Forum, taking the mission of eco-social reform, that mission will definitely change the era. When we always say that good things we can start from our home. So there is a need that when our mother, when our sisters, when our wife starts telling more, teaches more responsibility to our family members, definitely this change is not too far, and we can do our contribution for the next generation.
Definitely. I'm sure we all agree to that, don't we? Because that's a great sort of forward and outcome from this forum, especially for Kishorji. Tell me, who is your inspiration, Kishorji?
My inspiration is our late Dr. Padma Vibhushan Mohan Dharia, as well as nowadays we are all facing the water problem, and waterman of India, Dr. Rajendra Singh is real inspiration for me. We all say that all over the world, rivers are getting dry, rivers are facing problem of pollution and encroachment, and how to face, how to come out of this problem, how to really educate our people, educate our citizens to fight against this problem, how to minimize this problem, and where we do stand. What is our exactly stand? You can see on your table, the half of the cup water, as everybody is there, is lefting a half of cup of water is there. So these days we are not even aware what our responsibility towards this water preservation and conservation. And my inspiration, Dr. Padma Vibhushan Mohan Dharia ji and Dr. Rajendra Singh ji, we are trying to do so many things in Maharashtra to prevent and conversion for the water movement.
Thank you. And I think that's a very good inspiration. And with my final question, tell me, because people say a man's success, there's always a woman behind it. And you've been doing this amazing work. So share us a bit more about the woman in your life, or someone who has inspired you where you are right now.
The woman in my life is nobody else but my mother. See, always when we see anybody what create, we call it mother. So that's why in our nation we call our motherland. For our rivers we call Ma, Ma river. Even our cows we call Ma. Even nature we call Ma. So this is the Ma which gives you the real values, gives you the real culture, gives you the real morals to shape up your life of all time life. And that is my inspiration is my Ma, my mother, my eye. And always I think without her values and support and culture, ये कुछ संभव ही नहीं होता था कि हम इस तरीके से सोच सके. जब तक माँ नहीं सिखाती है कि सामने वाले के आंखों में पानी क्यों है, तब तक ये बात समझ में नहीं आती है. जब माँ सिखाने लगेगी कि भाई सामने वाले के आंखों में पानी देखो, तो दिल में पानी आता है. दिल में जिसके पानी होता है वही पानी देखता है. तो आई थिंक माई मदर इज़ माई रियल इंस्पिरेशन इन लाइफ.
Thank you. And he definitely deserves a chum chum. We go on to our amazing lady who has just actually flown in from Bombay. And we have just dragged her on to the dais in time for the conversation. Our Virmalaji, have I got the name right? I have, I know for sure. She heads a urban neighborhood, biggest organization. But not only that, she has had so many different roles, and they have been quite challenging as well, I'm sure. And please welcome, and let's get to go on to a journey with her.
Good afternoon. Imagine a world wherein a woman has to be facing domestic violence, extreme poverty, no support from family, friends, perhaps alone, not in an atmosphere where we are, content, eating, having the comfort of being in this auditorium, traveled in a very good car, traveling in the best way in our lives, having all comforts. And imagine a woman in rural India, the poorest of the poor, with no support absolutely. Our mission, Maharashtra State Rural Livelihoods Mission, works for the poorest of the poor. This is part of the National Rural Livelihoods Mission. Not many would have heard of this mission working all over the country. I head the mission in Maharashtra. It is called as Umed. Umed in Marathi means hope. The hope we bring to women, the hope we bring to their lives. This mission works for empowerment of women through community-based organizations. So we create self-help groups of women. You may have heard of self-help groups where 10 to 12 women come together and they indulge in coming first of all as a group socially. Including people socially is one of the biggest aspects in rural India, rural Maharashtra, where women are not able to come out of their homes and hearths even now, where they need permission of their husbands or their in-laws or their family to come out and group meet together. So the first task of the mission is to enable social inclusion, that people come together. So this they do in the form of groups, which are known as self-help groups. And then we are teaching them financial inclusion. So most of us present here would be knowing what is a bank account, how do you go and withdraw money, how do you transact digitally. What is the importance of having insurance in your life? Whether it is personal insurance, property insurance, crop insurance. But the mission teaches them the value of their money which they earn, the value of their own lives through insurance. So when we talk about Pradhan Mantri Bima Suraksha Yojana, 12 rupees. People may have a mobile phone, but they don't understand that by having an insurance of 12 rupees, a mere 1 rupee a month, you can insure your life against any unforeseen activities. So that is financial inclusion. Then economic inclusion. So having financially understood what is money, to take part in economic activities, because the ultimate aim of the mission is for sustainable livelihoods. So sustainable livelihoods is of three kinds. One is like enhancing the productivity of the person, whether through farming, having organic farming, better methods of farming. So if you have a rice field, then systemic rice intensification, bettering the product, or getting better ways to make tur or soya bean, which we eat, or even cotton. Having allied activities like poultry or goatry. And the third part is skilling. So I'm really happy to share that the mission, when I joined, we were having 80,000 self-help groups, and over the span of 2.5 years, I have been able to increase the number to 3.8 lakh in this span, and the whole of Maharashtra now presently is facilitated to have more of these self-help groups. Our outreach is 40 lakh households. So we don't work only with women, because as he rightly said, or as Madam rightly said, that if you enable the woman is not enough. the family, the household has to be, encouraged to participate in such activities. So wherever the mission is working, the mission works for the empowerment of the family, of the household. So the woman is a member of the house, SHG, but the household is allowed to be part of the economic activity. So apart from the self-help groups, we have the next level, because community organization does not rest in the village. We have village organizations, about 9,000 of them, and cluster level federations, because ultimately the goal is to have economic activities through clusters. So what we are doing is small enterprises, enabling women, and I'm really happy to even share that what we follow is something known as Dashasutri. So what is Dashasutri? The cardinal principles for which I stand. It's regular meetings. Women have to come together, meet together, have meetings so that they connect with each other, just like you all are connecting with each other today. If this platform was not there, you wouldn't know the greatest achievements which all of you all have done. Each one of you is a woman of standing here. Each one of you has achieved something in your life, and it's possible to connect. This forum is there. So similarly, a self-help group enables that environment. Then you have regular meetings, you regularly learn to save. Imagine a rural place where you earn only 200 rupees in a day. And even that 200 rupees, if you're not able to save, if your husband takes it away from you, drinks it up, blows it up somewhere, you don't even know what to do. So we inculcate habits of saving in those women. They save the small money, they internally lend amongst themselves. They understand the value of repaying those money. Today, if you go to a village, a woman might borrow 10 rupees from you, but she will rest at peace only when she returns that 10 rupees. So that quality of a woman we try to harness. So she's returning the money, and then she's writing books of accounts, because transparency, accountability, these are the pillars of the movement for which I work. And Maharashtra being progressive, we added 5 more aspects. So health, nutrition, sanitation is something which we really impress on, because a woman will be cooking food, she will be doing everything for the family, but coming to eating for her own self, taking care of her own nutrition, you'll find कि बच्चे को दे दो, पति को दे दो, सास ससुर को दे दो, but अपने आप ना खाओ. So to inculcate the value of having a balanced diet, following the practices of nutrition and sanitation, you'll be surprised to know that only 17% of the women use sanitary napkins. So Maharashtra came up with an ambitious project of having affordable sanitary napkins by the name of Asmita, so that the woman can get cheap sanitary napkins in the village. Secondly, you hesitate to buy. Today, even if I have to go and buy sanitary napkin at a medical shop, you hesitate to ask for it. So when a woman trades in sanitary napkins, it becomes simpler. So that was one of the very important aspects we took under health and nutrition and sanitation. Education we emphasize on, participating in Panchayati Raj institutions, taking benefit of several schemes which we have in the government, and of course finally sustainable livelihood. So the mission is really huge, and I'm really happy that I could come and discuss this on this forum, because not many know the kind of activities we do and the kind of activities the whole government of India is doing. So this mission is existing in all over the country, in every state, and almost about more than 1 crore of women are connected through this mission throughout the country. So that is the value the mission brings to the nation, to the state, and I'm extremely happy that I have been able to introduce this concept to you, maybe totally new. Maybe you may be wondering what I'm talking about, Dashasutri and self-help groups, and probably, totally disconnect. But I would really invite you, I'd like to share the story of a woman, if you permit me. A woman from Usmanabad, she got married when she was 16, she was pregnant when she was 18, and after she was pregnant, her husband told her that you get dowry or we will chuck you out. She could not get dowry from her parents, so she refused. She said, I cannot get dowry. Her husband and in-laws poured oil over her and tried to burn her. The woman escapes from that house, comes back to her parents' place, and parents say that is your home, you go back to your home. She didn't know where to go. 4 years ago, this is a true story which I am narrating to you. So she came to Umaid, the mission which we run. And then if you want to participate in the mission, every self-help group has to regularly save. So 100 rupees saving has to be done. She did not have the 100 rupees. But imagine a woman from rural India who herself is earning 100 rupees. She said, no, we will pay the 100 rupees for you. You participate in the self-help group. She came into the group, she gave birth to her child. Her face is discolored now, even now, because of she was burnt partially. She started selling bangles. She started with 1,000 rupees selling bangles. Today she sells bangles worth 1 lakh rupees per month. per month. And you have to meet her to believe her. I hope some forum I'll be able to bring and present to her. So our mission is full of stories of such fierce women who have not only transformed their own lives, they're transforming the lives of millions of women. So I have 50,000 such community resource persons who go and stay in the village. They are known as Vardhinis, they are known as Krishi Sakhis, Pashu Sakhis. They are transforming the rural life. They are inspiring women to have the grit, to have the courage, to have the determination, to reach out and to do good. So I'm really honored to be part of the mission here and to share this with you, and I look forward to support from you.
We all are truly honored to have you here, and also talking about your work on empowerment. But I also need to ask you a bit more, because I know you face quite a few challenges, and in terms of empowering and making a difference to women's lives, tell us about how you've faced challenges, because you've had so many different roles as IAS officer and so many different ones. Just share for a couple of minutes, please.
Personally, I've been fortunate to be born in a family which was quite progressive. I was able to study and achieve my goals of education. But career-wise, certainly when one reaches a position in life, being a woman, one has to make sacrifices, not being in those posts you want to be, perhaps not getting the posts also you want to be on. But at those points of time, one really regrets that one cannot do many things being a woman, one has to take care of the family also. So struggles are there. But personally for me, it was a growth and evolvement, because one has to balance life, and also my success is possible because of the support of my family and my husband. Today, if I'm able to talk to you, so when we talk about empowerment of women, it's very important to have the support of the family. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. So family may be by way of, parents or husband or brother. Sometimes women, as you know, we are always at a vulnerable stage. So when we talk about, Women's Economic Forum here, we are talking about economic empowerment, but the attitude to look at a woman, the approach to women, why do crimes take place? Why are they perpetrated? Nobody really, thinks that sensitivity. So when you have tens of, forums like this, where people talk about economic empowerment, the sensitivity, when we can talk about becoming a Devi, we can talk about becoming the biggest, deified person in this world. But when it comes to a normal human being, like the story of Usmanabad, I said the lady Rupali, ultimately it comes to the fact that a lot of women face inequality in life. A lot of women have to undergo a lot of difficulties, whether it is, physically, whether it is eve teasing, whether it different kinds of crimes which are perpetrated against women. Also not having the opportunity to be equal in a society. So either you're allowed to be there by someone, or then you have to grab that opportunity. And then when you grab the opportunity, also if a man grabs the opportunity and a woman grabs the opportunity, things become slightly different.
Oh.
So how do you, balance that? So it's you have to learn your way.
Thank you, and I think it's quite inspiring. And Kishorji, if you want to
Krishnaji,
add.
in connection with Madam what says, I would share our stories that we are from Maharashtra, and in the region of Maharashtra, Raigad district is there, where we have started one self-help groups. There is more than 30 women in that group, and initially we started essential manufacturing, and initially it was a manufacturing of 50 kgs. Today's we are manufacturing 20 tons per month.
Wow.
And that all women are very well self-established, self-economically stable, and all that is because of our humble efforts and all that.
Definitely. I mean, without the support and without the
And
perseverance,
what
it's difficult.
Connecting to that, what is our mission is, see, our traditional education is there, but along with traditional education, we want to spread really entrepreneurial skills to our rural girls and women. For that, we are now clubbing our educational institute along with some manufacturing activities like sanitation napkin and all that. We are already promoting the movie which already Adesh discussed that day.
We have a young producer here, and I met him at the London Asian Film Festival, where a lovely movie in terms of empowering women, Ek Beti Hai Vardhanya, Adesh Gupta. It was lovely, and the movie is really good, so I think, ladies, we need to support him. Cham cham. Thank you. I'm just conscious of the time, and I'm sure you'll all have some more interaction with our lovely speakers here during lunchtime, because I'm sure she's going to stay here for a while, and you would have an opportunity to know more about it. But just want to add, we have a similar thing in UK, and I'll tell you, we can do a lot of work together. So anybody, and I'm sure I know quite a few women who do similar work in different regions, please connect with Virmalaji, and it would be, I'm sure it would be great. Thank you. A big round of applause to both of them.
Krishnaji, I would not say thank you, but because that will be too formal. But I would like to bond it with your love forever. And Mrs. Dr. Arora ji, what is your mission? We'll try to spread your message and connect more and more women in your mission. I won't call this event. This will be the mission, and we are with you in this mission.
Definitely, and that is part of it, and that's how it is. Yeah, we have a lovely young Khushbu Jain. I mean, she is very, very specialized within the legal sector, and we are really delighted to have a part on our plenary as well. So Khushbu, can you please introduce yourself and tell a bit about yourself? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm advocate, I'm practicing advocate in Supreme Court. It's been almost 7 years that I've been practicing. So I've been part of a lot of commercial matters, corporate crimes. Corporate has been one of my forte for past few years. But then last 2 years, there is a slight shift as to crimes in a digital space. And the most affected are the women. 80% of, out of, let's say 100%, it's just 30% where it has turned out to be, in a relief. Rest, nothing becomes a relief. Half of the people, half of the women would not come down to your place to, even register a complaint or to, register that something like that has come up. So there has been a huge shift in that line, and there has been a huge shift whereas my practice area has been concerned. Last 2 years I've had a lot of focus shift towards with regard to the crime, cybercrime specific or IT related issues. Social footfall of women have increased past few years, and it's been doubling, I think, every day. Women, digital literacy is too important, whereas any sphere is concerned, be it, right from selling of clothes to education to any aspect, to socializing. So women footfall has increased, and that's commendable thing to do, to have it. But at the same time, there have been issues with regard to the crime. There is an increase in the crime in the cyberspace. The same area I'm focusing on.
Oh, thank you, Khushbu. We are a bit short of time, but we had another speaker on cybercrime, and Khushbu would be. I know it is very much where there's a lot of cyberbullying takes place. So please do grab Khushbu, because I know quite a few ladies have been hawked, and quite a number of things have happened within the social media. So please do get some legal advice. And I think we'll end this session, and I'm really pleased to welcome our Global Chair, Dr. Harbin Arora, on the fora, and we'll do the presentation of awards. But before I do that, there is also going to be a plenary from UK later on today, and would also like to officially welcome you to Women Economic Forum London, which is taking place in November, 18th and 19th November. So so ladies and gentlemen, that gives you enough time to plan in case you're planning. In fact, I shouldn't say in case, please do come. There is a lot of exciting things happening during November. So thank you, and now I pass over to Dr. Harbin Arora.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank our soul sister Krishna ji for bringing all of you here. Each one of you is such an impact leader in your own sphere, and we are so enriched with your offer of support. I wholeheartedly accept your very generous offer of support, and your sisters. We have a mission million for 2022, connecting 1 million women entrepreneurs. And of course, I need each one of you helping, and where you are connected to thousands of women and thousands of people. We need women and men together in this endeavor. So I really am very grateful for your gesture of support. Thank you so much for being here.
Chum. Yes. I invite Krishna and Arbeen, please come together. for the presentation ceremony, calling upon Kishore Chandrakant Dharia as we acknowledge him as a leader of the decade in public service. Calling upon Virmala R. The Women Economic Forum is honored to bestow upon you a leader of the decade in politics. Khushbu Jain. Please accept this award as an exceptional woman of excellence at the Women Economic Forum. I think, does everyone have one of these in their hands? I don't see them. I'm starting to see.